Scotty boy, we are here for week 3. How we doing?
We're doing good. We're doing great, actually. As you can see, the badge is on my side. We've only totaled up week two, just so the people know. I got you by one game in week two, and then we're having some math difficulties in week one right now, so we'll get that totaled up for you next week. Um, no, week three, I'm excited. As you can see, my background's just a blur now. I'm no longer a Steelers fan for the time being after the embarrassment last Sunday. But no, excited to talk week three. It's gonna be quick. We're gonna talk a little faster. Miami's got to get out of town here tomorrow. Driving down for the Miami Hurricanes game. At least that's a team that's worth watching right now. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Maybe we'll see them on the big screen.
I hope not, because I'm going to be rowdy. It's going to be a good time. I got the recap up there. It was ugly. I went 4-8. Scott went 5-7. So we definitely have things to improve on this week for sure. But yeah, definitely
Yep.
looking forward to the game this upcoming weekend. So let's go ahead and get through these, Scott. We got 2 bonus games that we're saving for the podcast. One of them is your Steelers. So that'll be a good one. Good rant for the podcast
Yes.
right there.
Yeah. Stick around if you want to hear a rant. Stick around. It's gonna be good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Lead us off here, sir. We got the Thursday night game. It's Dolphins making the trip to the Bills. Let's get it out early.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way here. Shout out to Willard in the chat. I know we're a day early here due to some travel, so shout out to Will in the chat here. But let's talk Miami at the Bills. Get it out of the way. Miami, they don't even look like an NFL team right now. There are no DBs. They just everything is not going their way, and the Bills are figuring it out. The Bills have Josh Allen; he's a monster, and Miami is now going to play their first real defense of the year, which is saying something when looking at their score so far. So the spread here is at 12.5 right now on DraftKings. I would take Bills at 12.5, but I'm going to play it safe. Stick with Old Faithful. Give me the over 49.5. That might just be the Bills team total, by the way. What say you?
Uh, I say Bills minus 21.5. The Bills are going to destroy the Dolphins. I hope the Dolphins lose every game this year until they fire Mike McDaniels and the GM. It's time. Throw it all away, burn it down, start again. Um, I'm over it. I'm done. We haven't won in 25 years. We haven't won a playoff game, and it's I don't want to talk about it anymore. Bills minus 12. If you don't do it, if you take the Dolphins, God
You
help you.
deserve what's coming to you.
God help you. All right, next we got the Bengals making the trip to the Vikings here in a battle of the backups for quarterback. Scott, what do you got?
Yeah, look, battle of the backups. JJ's out. Joe Burrow's out for an extended three plus months. Had him on two of my fantasy teams. That was a fun scramble yesterday morning to find a replacement for him, and also had him as my offensive player of the year. But you know what? We're moving on. Look, Cincinnati fought back last week. Burrow went down early, and Browning played really well. So I'm going to go with the backup that is playing well right now. Actually has some playing time, not Carson Wentz over in Minnesota. So give me Cincinnati +3. I just think they have the playmakers, and Browning looked pretty good. I'm going to keep it simple.
Yeah, give me the under 41.5 here. Shock to no one, I'm sure, but I think both teams are going to try to keep possession here, keep it on the ground, try to keep the backups from making any potential major mistakes. So I think it's going to be a heavy ground game, short slants, dump offs, check downs. So give me the under in a game that really both teams need to win also. So it's a pretty important one. Next we got here is the Rams making the trip back to the. Did they stay on the East Coast? Because they just played. They just played on the East Coast, didn't they? They played the Titans,
Yeah,
right?
they just played the
So I
Titans. I
wonder
would
if they
imagine they
if they
probably
hung
stayed.
out.
Yeah,
So yeah, Rams are
yeah.
taking on the Eagles, and they are a 3.5 point underdog. Scott, what do you got here?
Look, McVay, thank goodness he didn't get seriously injured last week on the sideline there. But we talked about the Rams being a sneaky team in our season preview. They beat the Texans, who are a pretty good team themselves, and then they just kind of handled the Titans, who are struggling. This will be a really good test for the Rams on the road against a strong Philly team. We saw what they've done the last 2 weeks. The tush push, yes, people are questioning it still. I will be honest, those down the line views, that is offsides. That is a false start by the offense there. But that's just my view on it. I think it's definitely a false start, but it is what it is. The tush push is the tush push. Until you can stop it, they're going to keep doing it. But I like the Rams here. The Rams are my sneaky team this year. Give me the Rams plus 3.5. I just like them. They're just sneaky. Puka's playing well. Their defense is playing well. Not that the Eagles aren't. I think it'll be a close game, but I'm going to go with the points here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Rams plus the 3.5 as well. Defense is playing great. They're getting after the quarterback. Uh, Sean McVay is one of the better coaches in these Eastern Time Zone games or cross country games and getting his guys ready, especially at the 1 p.m. time slot. So I'm going with that. I'm not sure if the Rams will be able to pull it off, but I could see this game being like a 31-30, 21-20, 24-23. So I think that Rams plus 3.5 is the right side all day. So I'm with you here, Scott. Next game we got here is the Jets taking on the Buccaneers. Justin Fields is out for the Jets with a concussion, so we got Tyrod Taylor taking over at QB for them, making the trip down to Florida. Scott, who do you like in this one?
Look, I'm going to keep this simple. Tyrod Taylor is no chump, but the Jets don't look very good. They got throttled by the Bills, and they allowed the Steelers to put up 34 points against them in week one. They're playing a Tampa Bay team right now that they're really running on all cylinders. They're figuring it out. Yes, their games are close right now. They're barely winning games, but they're fighting till the end. Baker looks great, composed. So give me the team that's rolling right now. Give me Tampa Bay. Just kidding. We're going to take the over 43.5. I just wanted to see
Whoa.
what your face would be there, because I thought you'd be like, oh no, you're changing your pick again. No, there's going to be a lot of overs this week. Some weird lines, but I think Tampa Bay, right now the line's -6 for Tampa Bay. I think they should throttle the Jets. I'm comfortable at -7, but I'm going to go with the easy pick here. I'm going to go over 43.5. We need to get this badge. We need to get in the positive here. We need to have a good week 3. What are you thinking?
I'm with you. I like the over 43.5 as well. I think Tyrod Taylor, he's going to be able to lead that offense. They still have weapons around him, and he's still a pretty damn good quarterback. So I don't think they're going to have any problems moving the football on this Buccaneers defense. And vice versa. I don't think Tampa's going to have any issues moving the ball on the Jets. I think that number is just a little bit too low. So I'm with you. Give me the over 43.5 in this one.
I
Next up,
like
we
it.
got the Manders playing host. Am I right there?
You are right there. Vegas making their way to the Manders, who were just given final approval for a DC return. So exciting news for them. Now this line's weird. It's at 3.5 right now. Manders -3.5. I personally think it should be a little bit bigger than that. Maybe it's because the Manders just got throttled in Green Bay, 27-18. But look, the same thing happened to the Lions. The next week, the Lions put up 50 points. Packers, 2 games at home. That's a hard place to play as is, and especially early in the season. The Raiders, they're struggling. They're dealing with their own issues. They lost 20-9 in an ugly game to the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Manders here. I like a good bounce back for them, similar to what the Lions did last week. Give me the Manders 3.5 at home.
I'm with you again. I think the Manders bounce back in a big way here. So give me the 3.5. Scott, next we got the
Okay.
Falcons taking on the Panthers in a divisional matchup there. Michael Penix making the trip to Carolina to take on Bryce Young. I'll keep mine short and sweet on this one. I'm gonna go with the Falcons minus the 5.5. You talked me into it when we were talking a little bit during the pre-show. I was a little tossed up with this one. I think this one could go really any way. I'm still not completely sold here on the Falcons. It's always dangerous when you feel confident about the play when the Falcons are involved. So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna go the 5.5, but it also seems like a little bit too much. But I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you. I'm riding with you on this one. So tell me why. Tell me why I should be safe.
Yeah, you said a couple good points there. First point you said was, can we fully trust this Atlanta team? Over the last 4 or 5 years, Atlanta's been Atlanta, but now I think they've taken the step to the next level of NFL team. They have a lot of explosive offensive players. They have a decent defense right now, I believe, top three defense in the league after 2 weeks, granted, but still playing really well. Um, I personally think you mentioned the spread is maybe too many points for you. I think the spread is not enough points for what it
Mm.
should be. It's a disrespect to the Falcons here. The Panthers, they're just the Panthers still. They're kind of that mid-tier team, maybe a 6-win team. I just don't think that they're the level of the Falcons. I think they're where the Falcons were 2 or 3 years ago. And they're getting there, but they just don't have all the pieces. I mean, Chuba's great. He's probably the only player on Carolina that I'm really liking right now. But yeah, look, the Falcons, they got Drake London, they got Bijan. They're actually using him. Penix doesn't look atrocious. Their defense is playing really well. They're on the road. They lost to Tampa Bay week 1. They need this win for the division. So I like Atlanta a lot here. Give me them at -5.5.
All right, love it. Cardinals taking on the 49ers, divisional matchup there. They're making the trip to San Francisco. Brock Purdy up in the air if he's going to play or not. Scott, who do you like here?
Look, we're staying in the West Coast here. We're not having to travel across the country. Arizona's a feisty team. They're averaging just over 23 points a game against the Saints and the Panthers. So not superb defenses. This will be the first real test for them. For the 49ers, they're dealing with injuries all over the place. But they did manage to pull out a victory against the Saints. This one's kind of tough for me, but I'm going to go with Arizona. The younger, not as injured offense. Hopefully, I mean, we've seen Trey McBride get out there. We've seen Harrison hasn't been performing to the best. Murray's not been perfect, but hopefully they can get together here on the road at the 49ers. I'm going to just go with the points here because I don't trust either team right now, but with the 49ers injuries, I'm going to lean Cardinals +2.5.
Yeah, you mentioned it. 49ers injuries are also without George Kittle right now. Christian McCaffrey's been dealing with a calf injury. He's been able to go, but sort of a ticking time bomb necessarily. Wide receivers, they're still pretty banged up out there as well. I'm with you. Give me the Cardinals +2.5. I think this defense will be able to bottle them up. I like Will Johnson out there a lot at corner. We talked about him during our preview show. He's having a great year so far. Calais Campbell went back home to the Cardinals. He had a game-clinching sack last week. Give me the Cardinals +2.5. I like what they got going on.
Yeah, let's say
Uh,
no more CMC injury talk, okay? My fantasy football teams can't take anymore.
Sorry, I apologize. Won't happen again. Won't happen again. Calf,
Very kind.
calf, calf. The
Okay,
Lions are
come on.
taking on the Ravens on, I believe, is that Monday night. That's going to be
You
a
are correct, sir. You are correct. Monday
hell of
Night
a game.
Football, the Fighting Kneecaps. Yes, I got this as my game of the week. I think so far, every week has had an outstanding matchup that's turned into a great game of the week. The Bills have put up 40.5 points a game against the
Wow.
Bills and a stout Browns defense, which is all they got going for them. And then on the other side, you got the Lions. They lost tough road opener in Green Bay, and then they bounced back versus the Bears, put up 52 points. So for this one, this could go either way for a winner. Both these teams have the capabilities to put up points. So I'm going to take the easy route here. It's 53.5 over. It's a lot of points, but I think this could be a halftime. They could be sitting at 48 points. Give me the over.
I'm with you. I think this one's going to be a shootout, pretty similar to week 1 between the Ravens and the Bills. You mentioned what the Bills were able to do and what they're doing currently. I think it's going to be very similar to that. Lions finally got the offense clicking last week, putting up over 50 points. which is what we're more used to over the last few years. So I think they find success against this Ravens defense, and I think this Ravens defense definitely finds success against the Lions. I would also lean towards the Ravens getting the win at home. That 4.5.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be enough. I think the Ravens will be able to cover that 4.5, but I think the safer bet, like you said, is going to be the over. They could have it by halftime. So,
Yep. Love that
all
play
right.
this week.
Yep. We got 3 games left here for the YouTube show, and then we'll move on to the last 2 for the podcast. We got the Chiefs taking on the Giants. Chiefs are a 6-point favorite in this one's total, sitting at 45.5, making the trip to the Meadowlands. Sunday night primetime game. It's going to be the Chiefs -6. They're going to be talking about them all night long. They're going to be showing Taylor Swift in New York. It's going to be Travis Kelce engagement talk. It's going to be Chris Collinsworth talking up Patrick Mahomes. All it's going to be at nauseum. Give me the Chiefs -6 and what should be a blowout, but what feels like it won't be because of that spread. It's a little sketchy. Not going to lie, Scott.
Yeah, you look, I'm with you. Everything you mentioned. If you're interested in betting on this game, get your bets in now. I'd not be surprised if this line's closer to 8.5 come kickoff. If not, then someone knows something that the rest of us don't, because there's no reason why it shouldn't be in the 8 range here. We talked earlier, you mentioned tables 1 and 5 in primetime games, and I just don't think Russell Wilson has a chance here against Kansas City. They are 0-2. This is a can't-lose game for them. They have to get this win. Spags is going to be throwing everything he's got at this young New York team. The only thing I can say is shout out to Scattaboo, who's playing lights out, hitting people all over the football field. So I'd love to see that. But, yeah, it's going to be Kansas City -6 for me. I think it's going to be Kansas City all night.
Yep, I agree. All right, we got the Texans making the trip to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Texans are getting points in this matchup. They are +1.5, and for that reason, I'm gonna take the Texans. I like C.J. Stroud a lot in an underdog position. I think this is a game that they're being overlooked. Jaguars, I was not impressed with last week. They should have won that game against the Bengals every which way possible, and just handed it over necessarily. Now they go back home where potential boo birds are lurking in the shadows. Give me the Texans +1.5 to get it done on the road and to stir the pot a little bit down there in Jacksonville and heat it up a little bit. Scott, what do you like here?
I like it. I like it. You're going to be in Jacksonville, so I might even like it more. You're going to be in the area. They're going to feel that aura you got there. But when it comes down to it, Jacksonville's averaging 26.5 points. At home, they're definitely playing better. There's only 2 games to look at here. The Bengals, like you said, they blew it. They should have won that game. But their offense is performing better than I thought they would at the beginning of the season. Defense is struggling. On the other side, you got Houston. They're really struggling offensively right now. They blew the game against the Bucs too, defensively. So for me, both these defenses are in question here, and both these offenses have the capability to put up points. I think Houston just getting going in game 3 here on the road. So I'm going to go over 44.5 here. I just like both teams to put some points up. Yeah, I just think their offenses are way more prepared than their defenses right now in week 3.
Love it. All right, final game of the show for the YouTube side of things. We got the Colts taking the trip to the Titans for an in-division matchup. Colts are -4.5-point favorites. Total sitting at 43.5. I'm going to go with the Colts minus the 4.5 here. I'm beginning to drink the Kool-Aid a little bit, and as much as I love Cam Ward and what I think he's going to do in this league, he needs help. He doesn't have enough help around him right now on offense, on defense, in the coaching staff. They need some things to be rearranged there in the Titans, and it's not going to happen overnight. So the Colts are definitely trending in a much higher direction. They're riding a lot of momentum right now off of these first few games. I fully expect for them to carry that through in this divisional matchup, get the win at Tennessee. It might be a little bit ugly, but I think they find a way to get it and get the cover here. So give me Colts -4.5. Scott, what do you got?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of the points you made. I think the Titans, they're just not there yet. I think they're getting going, but they got a lot of young players that need to figure each other out and get comfortable playing with their teammates. Cam Ward gets his first touchdown. He's looking better. He looks really good. They just don't have enough around him yet. But he's going to get there. I think he might have a future.
That
He
that
might be a
touch that
franchise.
that touchdown though, 9 times out of 10 is
Ridiculous.
one of the worst throws that you could ever make in football. Cross body,
I'd
back
say,
foot,
yep,
opposite
crossfield,
side of the
back foot.
field.
Yeah, no, that's a
Um,
pick six, 9.5 times out of 10.
yeah,
But
so that
hey,
was
it's
that
his
was
first
wild,
touchdown. It's exciting stuff.
wild. It is
It was
very
pretty
true.
wild. The Colts, however, week one, 33-8 against the Dolphins. You sit there and you say the Dolphins are the Dolphins. Let's see what happens in week two. Week two,
Yep,
29-28 victory over the Broncos. I'll be honest, horrible leverage call in the field goal there. The
yeah,
Broncos should have
absolutely,
won the game on the miss. It was
absolutely.
horrible, horrible call. But you got to look at the fact that either way, the Colts still put up 28 points against a really, really good Broncos team.
Yep.
Um, Either way, kick or not, miss kick at the end, sorry, 26 points. So either way, their offenses might be the real deal. They might be capable of moving the ball. Jonathan Taylor looks great. Tyler Warren out of Penn State, their rookie tight end, he's number one tight end right now. I mean, he is balling out. So they actually might have something going for him. The team is excited. I don't know if you saw them celebrating with Danny Dimes getting a 2-0. They were tackling him on the sideline, real excited for him. So the Colts might have something going for him, but I still have not fully bought it. Um, for that reason, I'm going to take the over here. Lots of overs for me. I'm going to go over 43.5. I think the Colts can put up points. I think the Titans can put up at least 10. And that's what's going to get us to 43.5 there. I just don't fully trust the Colts yet. If they go out here and demolish the Titans offensively and their defense plays well, maybe I'll buy in for week 4. But let's wait another week. I'll go with the over 43.5.
Yeah, I think this Colts team this year is last year's Vikings team. It's going to be that team that each week you're like, hey, I don't know
Yep.
yet. Sam Darnold, it's kind of shaky. They
Mm-hmm.
got injuries, and then they just find a way to win and find a way to win. I think the Colts could definitely be that team this year. So I'm getting on board early. I'm learning my lesson here, Scott. Um, Appreciate everybody for watching. Let's go ahead and throw up the
Throw it up there.
recap here.
Yeah, look at that badge over my head. Get comfy up there, badge. You're going to stay with me for a while.
Yeah,
Appreciate
whatever.
you guys tuning in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. All our podcast people, stay tuned. We got another 2 games coming for you. Make sure to give us a good 5-star rating wherever you get your podcasts from. Quick recap for you. I'm on the Bills minus 11.5. I think that's actually gone up to 12 now because the Dolphins suck. The total is 49.5. Scott's on the over there. I'm on the under in the Bengals Vikings game. Scott has the Bengals. We're both on the Rams against the Eagles. We're both on the over in the Jets Bucks game. Both on the Manders. Both on the Falcons. Both on the Cardinals. Both on the over in the Lions Ravens. Both on the over in the Cowboys Bears. And both on the the Chiefs over the Giants in that Sunday night football game. I'm on the Texans plus 1.5. You like the over against the Jags. You're on the over in the other AFC South matchup with the Colts and the Titans, and I'm on the Colts minus 4.5. Scotty boy, anything you want to say to our YouTube folks before we sign off and head over to the podcast?
No, I just want to say, appreciate you guys tuning in a day early. Best of luck to Miami as he travels down south for the games. Hopefully that you can pull it out. And we will be back next week, same time on Thursdays. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern, unless we have a new little member to our NFL show. We'll see. So
Oh,
hopefully we can get another
oh,
another another weekend before we get there. But we should be back next Thursday, same time.
could be exciting. Could be exciting. Should be exciting.
Should
Yes,
be.
thank you everybody
Should
for
be.
watching the YouTube show.